Hi everyone, it's Lindsay. I thought I would make a little video showing some things that I think are in a good style for drawing your fifth assignment or just for trying to draw when you're starting out in general. A lot of the things these that are here are made up of kind of basic forms or shapes. Some are more complex than others, and we'll talk through a few of them. Plants are nice to draw because usually they're in some kind of base like a planter. If it's something in your house, right? So there's like a cylinder or a kind of boxy shape or something, but they're usually coming out of a basic shaped form. So those are all kind of nice. Those are also good materials because none of them are too shiny. They're solid colors. They're not distracted by patterns or details. The pink ones on the end would be pretty hard to accomplish because you're going to get distracted by all that irregular patterning. These would be challenging because they are really wiggly and wobbly looking. This would probably be the easiest kind of plant to draw when it's something a little bit more precise or regular, or something like a snake plant or a succulent would be really good because there's not as many shapes. And also something like a watering can, especially if it's plastic, would work out well because you can really see the shadows on there, right? You can see the difference between dark and light. Porcelain or pottery is great for drawing because right off the bat you can see the shadows, right? You can see that highlight on the edge there. And they're usually cylindrical or made up of a pretty basic shape at its core. So you'd have a really good starting place. This is really quite small, but also kind of a good option. This sort of vase-like shape would be nice for, you'd have the starting out point of a cylinder and then you'd rein it in a little. Some more mugs, you know, if you had a handle, that's okay, a little bit of intrigue. The simpler the better, really, is what I'm trying to say. Glass forms are okay, but I would recommend if you are trying to start out drawing glass, use something that's really filled up to the top, like the honey or the hot pepper sauce. So even if it's filled up even more than these is better because then you're really drawing more like a solid color and not trying to draw the glass. If you're trying to draw something like this, I mean, just look at it. That's so much variety in dark and light, and it's really going to be hard to capture when you're just starting out. It's one thing if you're ready for a challenge kind of later down the line, that's fine, but make things easy for yourself when you're starting out drawing. Why not? Fruits, vegetables are classic things to draw. I would say kind of the rounder the better at the beginning, and then you can branch out. Something like a pear is a classic still life form because it's round. You can start out by drawing a sphere, but then you can kind of have fun with elongating it. Or something like this where it's basically a sphere, but then you have those really fun leaves you would get to draw. One of the students in the class drew a dumbbell for one of their sketchbook pages. I thought that was great because it's really interesting form, but you can still see the values really clearly. And I have the cutting boards here because I think when you're trying to figure out your composition of how you're going to make your drawing, this is more like for the second drawing where you're trying to draw realistically, it's nice to kind of stage your object on something because right there, say I put my tomatillo right there, I would have my horizon line kind of already established and I could draw the actual cutting board underneath it. Okay, so those are some things that I think would be kind of pretty decent to draw, this type of thing. I'm going to make another quick video showing you some things that I think might be attractive at first, but really might have some pitfalls. Okay, hang tight.